This exciting story for South Africa's aviation sector now. Qatar Airways has signed a milestone agreement with Airlink to broaden operations in South Africa and bridge the gap that's being created by the liquidation of Comair. The agreement is set to afford travellers more choice and connectivity between different destinations across Southern Africa. eNCA's Heidi Giokos has had the opportunity to witness this agreement coming into effect. She joins us from Cape Town right now. Heidi, a very important milestone for the aviation sector. Talk us through some of the opportunities that will be created here.
Yes, indeed, Rupiwa. I think it's quite significant, the fact that Qatar has been able to have the best financial results given the fact that the COVID-19 pandemic has really affected aviation. But I want us to get more perspective on how well they're doing and their plans moving forward, especially for sub-Saharan Africa as well as South Africa, given that massive domestic gap that we are seeing because of Comair going into provisional liquidation. We are joined by Heidi Giokos, who's the Vice President of Qatar for Africa. Thank you so much for your time. We do appreciate it. Maybe just speak to us about how well Qatar has done given the COVID-19 pandemic. You were one of the only airlines that continued flying despite the devastation and despite the halt that we saw in aviation.
Yes, thank you, Heidi. Yeah, I think, we had agility during the whole COVID period, and a very customer-centric focus. And even during the pandemic, the least number of destinations we flew to was 33 in total, and the ability, because we kept on flying, and the learnings we did early on during the pandemic enabled us to ramp up much quicker again. I think we're the only airline that launched new destinations during the pandemic. In sub-Saharan Africa alone, we launched 8 destinations during the pandemic in the last 18 months, and I think that really has paid off dividends for us.
It's a huge risk that you took, and why did you find it necessary or willing to take that big risk, especially in Africa? Many would say that the COVID-19 pandemic made a lot of airlines and companies look back and say we would rather not do so, but you took an opportunity in Africa and it's definitely yielding results for you.
Yeah, we believe there's a strong resilience in Africa, and like I said, during the pandemic, so many airlines stopped flying, and the fact that we never stopped flying, enabled us to quickly ramp up, and there was a lot, like I said earlier, learnings that we got from that, and that enabled us to just continue flying, and I think the outlook for Africa as well is very robust.
I want us to speak about this new partnership that you have with Airlink. I know you've been in partnership with them for years now, but perhaps why you've decided to ramp up that partnership and increase your destinations with Airlink.
Yeah, we've been working with Airlink for a significant number of years already, and this was just a natural evolution in the relationship, for us to deepen our relationship and strengthen it. It now enables us to go on to 45 destinations in the Airlink network across 13 countries in the region. It also gives the rest of our network the ability to sell and drive more people into South Africa.
Just lastly, we have a massive domestic demand problem here in South Africa because Comair, that operated Kulula as well as British Airways, has just gone into provisional liquidation, and the demand is really high with very little supply. Would Qatar ever consider or is considering moving into the space like we saw with British Airways, having that partnership with Comair and Kulula? Would you ever think about doing that to try and solve the massive problem that we have in the country at the moment?
What we do is globally we look for the right partners, so partners with the right expertise in the regions that we operate into. Currently, from our hub, Hamad International, we fly over to 150 destinations globally, so in those destinations that we travel to, we try and find the right partners like Airlink, that's got the local expertise, and we rely on them, to mutually beneficially build both our networks for each other.
So that's a no.
Yeah, like I said, at this stage, it's not our business model to work that. We'd rather find good partners in the regions to work with.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Sorry I put you in a corner there, but thank you so much for your insights. We do appreciate it. That's Heidi Giokos, who's the Vice President for Qatar Africa. I think great moves that are happening here with Qatar. Rupiwa, I must say you should be jealous because I am in an amazing aircraft at the moment, and we're being wined and dined, of course, non-alcoholic at this stage. So I'm going to throw back to you in studio and continue with my drink.
I'm absolutely jealous, Heidi. I would love to experience business class at least once in my life. So do enjoy it for the both of us, and we'll catch up with you later. That's Heidi Giokos in Cape Town, bringing us the latest on that agreement between Airlink and Qatar. Masako, that's all from me. But I wonder, have you ever been in business class?
I have not. Let's not discuss it. Let's not discuss it, because I'm also very jealous of Heidi. She looks radiant and very happy, and I'm jealous. Thanks, Rafiel, with the business. Still to come on All Angles.